shooting and shootings throughout Chicago. Over 40 killed, shot, and over 6 killed this weekend so far.
Let's look at this map. This is the map of the most violent cities this holiday weekend. Philadelphia leading the list with 13. Your city of Chicago, 9. New York, 3. If there's one come, Baltimore there, 8. This is fatal shootings. These cities have some of the strictest gun controls. They're all run by liberal mayors. Why don't the people that live in these cities say enough is enough and vote the people out of office who are allowing this to happen?
Well, we have super ultra liberal, far to the leftist politicians who are consistently destroying our cities. It's now spreading into our suburbs, our states, and now the United States. And these are just the type of things that we continue to do every single week and every year. And we're saying this nonsense has to stop. And until we get effective leaders within these positions to revitalize these distressed neighborhoods and be honest, be real, like here in Chicago, we have black on black crime, we have brown on brown crime, and yes, we have white people doing things as well. But we need someone who's going to take the position and say, you guys need to cut this out, and if you don't do it, this is the accountability, this is what we're going to do to you. It's not happening here. It's not happening.
Keith, you mentioned the spread. We just obtained some new video of looters in LA clearing out the shelves of a Sephora. This is in a mall that has some really nice stores inside. These folks just don't seem to care. Then in New York City, right up the street from us, in a really nice area, the Upper East Side, a guy randomly stabbing someone, just randomly. Will that finally be the catalyst to change? You know, when the rich people start feeling the impact, they will sort of lead to change finally? Or is this just going to continue on?
Well, I certainly hope it doesn't continue on. You know, all of these big cities, I came from LA as a police officer, and now I'm in Chicago where I grew up. And I came from not so good of an area, but my parents were there to instill things of, hey, you don't take things that's not for me, you don't go killing around and stabbing people. But this is just a new generation of youth coming up nowadays without those parents and without those mentors to give them that. So this is what's taking place. But when you don't have that accountability, it goes back to that. When you don't have that accountability and you have a distressed government service and system, city council within these cities, nothing's going to change. So we are going to keep coming back to these things. And it's very sad.
So what's your mayor doing there in Chicago to deal with the problem? A curfew. Here's a thought, Keith. Why not flood the zone with the cops that are already on the payroll, not just in Chicago, but in all these liberal cities throughout the country? Why don't these liberal mayors and council just do it already?
Yeah, well, she's canceling the days off for the police officers here. She's extending their shifts, and this is over and over. All summer long, this will go on. These officers are really, really beat up, and they're tired. They're tired of nonsense mentally and physically. That's not the answer. Police is not the answer. Counselors coming out there and doing different things, they're not the answer. We need parents to take accountability for their children, and we need the mayor and everyone else, to the chief of police, to act and arrest. These individuals need to be arrested. Kim Fox, the state's attorney here, she needs to do her job to keep these individuals within jail and into prison if that's what they are supposed to be doing, But that's not taking place here.
2022.
Give me a break. They're letting them out of jail after shooting and attempt murder. They're letting them out the very next day. So what the heck is a curfew going to do? Move an hour from 11 p.m. to 10 p.m. Nothing. And we just saw that in the last few days.
Last question to you, sir. This is the summer travel season. A lot of people like to go to the cities to learn about the history, the shopping, the food. If you were planning a family trip, would you go to any of those cities that we just profiled on the map? Philadelphia, birthplace of our nation to some extent, New York City, greatest city in the world, Chicago. Would you plan a trip with your family to any of these places?
I would love to, but right now it's no. And anyone who's actually saying that they'd like to come here and spend some time here in Chicago, or someone who's asking, hey, can I get into law enforcement? I have so many great people who within the city and bad neighborhoods who want to become officers, this and that. And right now I can say it's not the best time to do that. And I've never done that before, and that's sad. It's very sad. We need to change that.
Perfect sum up. It's sad. Keith Thornton Jr., appreciate you always coming on, giving us the reality of what's going on there on the ground. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Todd, God bless.
Likewise to you, sir.